our summer reading project, we chose to read Whispers of the Bayou by Mindy Starnes Clark. Our group members are Abbie, Carley, and Brynn.
Author Mindy Starnes Clark grew up in Hammond and later went to Southeastern. She enjoyed playing with Barbies and took them on adventures and wrote a novel about Barbie staying home while Ken went off to war.
Since then, she's been the author of numerous plays and musicals. She has written textbooks, articles, short stories, and more than 75 computer software manuals. She is a former singer and a stand-up comedian. Mindy lives with her husband and 2 teenage daughters. They live in Valley Forge.
Mindy's influences and purpose for writing the novel. Her husband and kids influence her by giving her ideas about her books.
Mindy's purpose of writing the novel is her religion. She wanted to prove that God could bring any of your problems together as long as you believe and don't doubt Him.
One of our characters, Miranda Miller, didn't know much about her past, which caused her to be very curious about her background information. The quote from our book was, "You murdered their grandchild and their daughter-in-law, and they allowed you to walk away from here free and clear."
AJ's big idea listed because she came up with ways to hide Miranda's past. Our quote is, "She and I figured out a way to make things work out best for everyone considering the situation."
Richard Fairmont is very indifferent because he did not care about the feelings of his kids or Yasmin. The quote is, "She pretended the babies were mine. I let her pretend."
Jimmy and Lisa were very concerned about where the veil was buried. The quote is, "What do you think I want? The veil. Tell me where I can find it."
Holt was very sentimental because he felt bad about the way he treated his family in the past. Our quote was, "I was disgusted with myself for having taken advantage of her feelings."
Willie was very determined because he made sure that he would get Miranda down there before he passed away. The quote was, "Please let her come. It's time." The rise in action starts off by Jimmy bringing Miranda a painting to her museum. Later on that day, she got attacked in the alley in search of a tattoo. When she got to AJ, she told her about the letter she had been getting from Willie to come down to Twin Oaks. AJ cut Miranda's hair where the men were searching and comes to find out she had a tattoo on her head. Miranda goes home and tells her husband she is going down to Louisiana to meet Willie, to find out their home phone had been bugged. She gets to Louisiana and finds out her mother committed suicide. She also finds out that Willie was diagnosed with a lung disorder a few months ago. Lisa found a tattoo on her head that looked just like one Willie has. Willie tells Lisa and Miranda they have to take an oath to protect the secret.
Miranda goes to the library to do research on the Cajun myth, Calan d'Or, and the word Angelus. She went to the Boudin festival with Tess and met Livy. She finds the bone laying in the yard, calls the cops, in which they do nothing about it. Willie was in the middle of talking to Lisa and Miranda when he started having a hard time breathing, shortly after he passed away. While taking a walk, she hears loud noises from the woods and calls the cops. Come to find out, it was Holt. She goes to his house and gets the news that he's a dog trainer and her dad's brother. Aaron comes to work on the house and informs her there's a third story. Miranda notices the light coming from outside the trees inside the house. Miranda finds her grandmother's painting supplies and letters between AJ and her grandmother from the past. Dina brings Miranda around the third story. This is where she finds out she has a twin sister, Cassandra. Miranda blacked out and Aaron carried her to her room. She and Holt go to the Fairmont family cemetery. She finds out that there's a painting under the painted walls. She starts to peel the paint off. Police detective tells her Willie's death was due to murder. Police come to take DNA of all house members and pick up the food that was possibly poisoned. Miranda sees Jimmy Smith looking at her through her window. The police come and take a description of the man while the lab tech takes blood. They all attend Willie's wake. AJ comes to the funeral home after the wake. AJ tells Miranda she's in love with Holt along with the truth about how Cass died. She finds out about lighter fluid in the grill. Richard tells Holt that he is sterile and there's no way he can be Miranda's father, which causes them to begin to argue.
The climax is when Miranda figures out that her real mother is AJ and her father is Holt, and that she has a twin sister, Cassandra. Also, when she ties all the murders to Richard and figures out why Jimmy Smith follows her down to Louisiana in search of the veil.
The following action is when Jimmy is looking for the bell and then gets everyone in the loft and tries to catch it on fire. Then Richard turns on them and then kills Jimmy and Lisa and then kills himself. And AJ and Miranda manage to get out by using the tube that leads to the bayou. This is a summary of another one of Mindy Wendy Storms Clark's books, Under the Cajun Moon.
Chloe Ledet moves away from her hometown, New Orleans. She left her parents and a famous French Quarter restaurant behind. She raced home because she found out her father was shot and she wanted to be by his side and handle his problems. She found out about a family secret which changed everything. Her and her husband were framed for murder, and she is forced to listen to a mysterious man to find the treasure.
In her life and in the book Under the Cajun Moon, she leaves her hometown. This is related to the real life and the book because Chloe had to return home because of family issues, which many people have to do today. This would have been different if her dad would have never got shot because she would have never returned home to New Orleans.
The resolution is when they figure out the bell is in Cass's grave and Richard is dead and Miranda has the house and saved her marriage. She is going to try to show her kids more affection, but the bell is safe and in the museum just like Willie wanted.